I'm Lewis from Champion Motorsport, and this is our new for 2010 Porsche 997 Twin Turbo Intercooler. When we set out to take on a new project like this, there are a lot of behind-the-scenes processes that take place before a component is ever actually manufactured. The first thing we try to do is break down the standard OEM component and take it apart and pick out its positive and negative aspects. Next, our concepts make it upstairs into the engineering department. This is where they're redrawn into the CAD, which allows us to manipulate and test with processes such as CFD, where we can virtually test and verify airflow and function of the parts. These steps tell us the product is actually going to work long before we invest in the tooling and resources necessary to build this part and go into production with it. The next step in the process is the building of Sls models, or prototypes. With Sls parts in hand, we're able to verify packaging into the car and start putting the rest of the kit together around the parts. In the case of these intercoolers, that would mean silicone hoses, hose clamps, hardware kits, everything that's required to put the intercooler into the car as a kit. And then finally, once each and every aspect of the component is verified, we'll go into production. With these intercooler kits specifically, we're proud to say that our end tanks are cast in America. We could have had them cast overseas at a lower price, possibly even a lower quality, but we chose to have them made in America. And when you see the quality of these parts, the finished product, we think you'll agree with our decision. Let's skip ahead. The intercooler core and tank development is now complete, and materials are in stock. Each and every one of these intercoolers is hand-built in our Pompano Beach, Florida facilities. Actually, we're filming this segment in our welding room, and the table behind me is the birthplace of every single Champion Motorsport intercooler. Alright, so after welding, each intercooler is fitted with our special pressure testing fixtures, and we test them right up to 30 psi for 10 minutes minimum. Passing our what I consider strict quality control standards, each unit is stamped with a date and a serial number. We then clean them, seal them with tape, and put the rest of the kit together with the components. The kit's now ready for sale, and we take them upstairs and put them into our inventory ready for sale. As you can see, a lot of effort goes into putting together a product like this. Alright, my favorite topic, intercooler cores. Let's talk about intercooler cores, because all intercooler cores are not created equally. Champion Motorsports has been building intercoolers for probably 3 years now, and I remember it like it was yesterday when I welded the very first set of prototypes together. That first kit was engineered around the popular Bell intercooler core, and it's used by a lot of other tuners too. Up until recently, that core served as the standard high-performance intercooler core in the Porsche 997 twin turbo industry. The Bell core, although a great performing core, does have its drawbacks. Basically, it's a mass-produced core blank, generic in a sense, and the individual core blanks are cut from a sheet of core material. The turbulators in the Bell core lack the density that we felt would bring a new intercooler to the next level for 2010 and beyond. Let's talk about the definition of a turbulator. A turbulator is a device inserted into the passage of an intercooler, radiator, oil cooler, or other type of heat transfer equipment that helps to increase heat transfer efficiency. We set out to develop a core that would accomplish two things. One, of course, lower charge temperature. Two being decrease the pressure drop across the core. Now that's a tall order to fill, as generally you need a thicker core with larger and deeper passageways to counter the loss of the flow that comes as a result of the turbulator density that we intend to increase. We had no intentions of increasing core thickness. This would create two all-new problems. One being packaging. We already discussed in another segment that we take a lot of pride in the packaging and fitment of our products. Why start all over again there? Two being heat sink. You know, heat soak's always a problem in South Florida climate. We just didn't want to have to deal with that on a new intercooler. We knew we could accomplish it in another way. So we took a completely different approach. What we did was we designed an intercooler core in a way that we could shift the core material between the tanks, eliminating the two dead rows that are typically present in a Bell core, and turning that into one more active row to increase flow. If you look at these two cores in front of me, you can see what I mean. Where the bell core, the actual end two rows are completely dead. You can also see, if you look really close at it, how small the actual air passageways really are. Where if you look at our new 2010 core, right up to the edge of the core, it's active. Not only are they active, but you can see how much larger they are, and if you really look close, you can see the density of the turbulators that I'm talking about. Alright, now it's time to proof the parts. We took 4 sample intercoolers to the Superflow flow bench to proof them, and the results were impressive. Our latest 2010 intercooler won the contest at 283 CFM at a standard 2 PSI. That's compared to our Champion Motorsport Bell intercooler at 264 CFM, which was closely followed by the OEM Porsche 997.1 twin-turbo intercooler at 261 CFM. Finally, the 2010 997.2 intercooler followed at 239 CFM. Alright, now this testing verifies our technology in regard to flow, but how about thermal efficiency? Alright, for thermal efficiency, we had to take these new parts to the test track. We tested with a Stage 1 997.1 reflashed at 2350 millibar boost. Ambient temperature is the average sunny South Florida day at 80 Fahrenheit. First, we test a standard 997 with OEM intercoolers, and we gather results in the 70 Celsius or upper 150s Fahrenheit. Next, we fit our Champion Motorsport Bell cores. With these, we generate charge temperatures of 60 Celsius or upper 130s Fahrenheit. And last, we install our Champion Motorsport 2010 intercoolers. The results were astounding. Under the same conditions, we record charge temperatures of 35 Celsius or right at 100 Fahrenheit. I should also mention that all of our testing was done in 4th and 5th gear. 6th gear is just a little too much for us. Basically what I'm telling you is that with this new intercooler, the sky is the limit. Whether you're a tuner or you're buying a Champion Motorsport upgrade package, we've already done the ECU tuning, and if you can take advantage of what these intercoolers have to offer, you will not be disappointed. They're in stock and ready to go. Again, my name is Louis and I'm the Technical Director for Champion Motorsport. If you have any questions about these intercoolers or any of our other Champion Motorsport or Works One products, feel free to contact me directly at technical@championmotorsport.com. If you have any questions regarding pricing or sales of any of these products, contact our sales department at sales@championmotorsport.com. We've got a lot of exciting products coming out for 2010. These just touched the iceberg. Looking forward to hearing from you.